I want to fast forward. I want to rewind.
Yeah.
all the way back to the beginning. So
yes.
How did you get started on your journey of podcasting and wanting to talk to people and have them tell their stories? Like, where did it begin for you?
Man, it must have been 2017 or something. It was before podcasting or before COVID.
Before COVID.
Yeah. COVID really messed everything up, I think. Yeah. And so, but people are the ones that did it because it was a thing, the fading away, and now the real people who have something to say are sticking around. Well, before that, I was already doing it, and it was when it was very difficult to share it. It was difficult to record, like all the equipment and everything. It wasn't accessible like it is now. But I had a pod. It was called the Counterpunch, and the Counterpunch was like the Feld, but it's just like when life hits you, how do you hit it back? And it was this
how you bounce back from life's.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, and so there's this thing called Cultivate Leadership Project. It's a nonprofit that I've had, and it has to do with developing leaders. And that's what I had before COVID, a few years before. And as we were building it, COVID happened and I lost all my momentum. But I still kept going podcasting, but I was already like teaching, and I was already kind of pouring into young people.
Yeah.
And so without really the podcasting blowing up, I was already interacting with people. And I liked it, and so that's kind of where it started. But I had a few before. I've reran it a few times.
Nice.
Yeah. So when you say you lost momentum, what exactly, or how did you lose the momentum?
Well, we were doing like we had some schools lined up that we were gonna talk to, and we were gonna donate and give and talk leadership. And then COVID happened, and so nothing was gonna happen.
Everything stopped,
and so it kind of bummed me out. But then I got tied in just because of we had work, and then if you got sick, and it was just a crazy time. So we said, let's put it in the back burner, and I told my wife, we'll revisit it whenever I feel like maybe I'm back.
Yeah.
I haven't necessarily relaunched it, but it's hidden inside Black Sheep and the storytelling. But it's called Cultivate Leadership Project. That's the official 501c3 name.
So when COVID happened, somewhere in there, did it kind of revive or
no,
or did it just kind of like what made you like revive the pod? Like
the pod kept going, but the nonprofit stopped.
The nonprofit stopped.
Okay. It just came to a stop.
Okay, got you.
Just because our connections, we were going to work with schools, like middle school and elementary schools to help kids, and so that stopped. And then I just lost momentum. You lose motivation sometimes.
Yeah. So where in like when COVID happened, where did you like kind of find your like that time and that space to like, okay, let me fit a podcast in here somewhere.
Yeah.
Like when COVID happened, because when that was going on, I was in the military. He was here. We were doing it on Zoom. Yeah. So we were still trying to figure out the pod. And I was like, I know I'm coming home eventually. Like when I get out of the military, we're gonna try to do the pod side by side. Yeah. Where were you what was your headspace when COVID happened and podcasting, and where were you? What were you thinking?
Well, luckily, like I had already bought the equipment. I was already rolling. And so that's whenever Counterpunch became the Feld podcast. And then my interviews started happening. I started talking to people about that.
Yeah.
And then as COVID came and it went, the podcast community in Fort Worth got developed, and then that just kept it going.
Yeah.
And so I got a little bit of boost and a little bit of help because it wasn't that popular before. Like if I were to ask people,
that's so crazy.
They'd be a bit nervous. They'd be like, "Well, what is it?" And so all the pod squad, like it was called, it helped because everybody wanted to get a little taste of it. And so that kind of helped me bring it back.
Yeah, because what I noticed, it seemed like when COVID happened, because it kind of in a sense helped us in a sense. Like when COVID happened, that's kind of when the pod happened for us. So like
it makes sense for a lot of people.
So and it seemed like out of nowhere, there was all of these podcasts when COVID happened. It was like people was like, we gotta find a way to like get what we got in us out of us on camera or just whatever we want to talk about. So that's why I was asking that question, because I remember what was kind of going on when COVID happened with us. I just want to see like what was your mindset? What were you thinking during that time of COVID?
With Counterpunch, because like he was saying, when we started, We started on Anchor. So
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah,
me too.
We wasn't even on camera
Okay,
yet.
so you did start with Anchor.
Yeah.
Oh, you start. Oh, okay.
That was going to be my question.
Yeah,
How were
yeah.
you able to kind of acclimate yourself? Because you were early. You
Yeah.
were early in
Yeah,
2017.
yeah.
So did you said you started on Anchor. Did you have the same kind of evolution that we had? Because we started on Anchor, where it was like kind of like a phone call. Audio was trash. And then we moved to Zoom,
Yeah.
where it was on video.
Yeah.
And then now you're in person. So did your interviews start on Anchor as well?
Yeah, Anchor, and then before that, I had it was like Podbean or so, it was something else, and it was, I didn't even know. I just said, let me try it. So I would upload there, and I would have to post a link, but it was just audio. Like video didn't come until COVID.
Yeah.
And then after COVID, that's when it took off. But no, before that, it was just audio. So I stepped into the game saying, hey, I need to have something to say. And so whenever the video came out, it was easy. The video part of it is secondary to me. It's like, well, how can you verbalize what you're trying to say? And so that's what's helped me. But that's when I started. It was just, we would record I had another office and we would record in there. It was just audio equipment. Yeah. And I was like, dude, I thought we were so advanced, and now
that's so crazy. That was literally us.
So when we were on Anchor, I was recording in the closet.
Yeah.
I wanted there to I didn't want there to be any sound.
Any echo.
I didn't want there to be anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy, but you're right. I didn't even think about that because
that's so crazy.
The earliest that I can think of, I was watching the Joe Budden podcast.
Yeah.
And he also had no video. It was just audio. And then eventually he got to video. But in the beginning, we had the idea to start like an album review, like YouTube channel type of thing.
Yeah. And that's all we was going to do. Like we wouldn't like it like got way bigger than just the review part.
Yeah.
Like we were just like, we just gonna do album reviews. We're gonna talk about albums. And then we was like, nah.
That's the part where
we was like, nah.
You have to figure out like what it is you're gonna say.
We thought about that. We was like, nah, that's not it. Like we do album reviews now, but we was like, just album reviews. We was like, nah. We was like, we gotta do something more.